Our first lesson is from the prophet Micah. Hear what the Eternal One says. Rise, plead your case before the mountains, and let the hills hear your voice. Hear, you mountains, the case of the Eternal One, and you enduring foundations of the earth. For God has a case against God's people, and will contend with Israel. O my people, what have I done to you? In what have I wearied you? Answer me. For I brought you up from the land of Egypt, and redeemed you from the house of slavery. And I sent before you Moses, Aaron, and Miriam. O my people, remember now what King Balak of Moab devised, what Balaam son of Beor answered him, and what happened from Shittim to Gilgal, that you may know the saving acts of God. With what shall I come before the Eternal One, and bow myself before God on high? Shall I come before God with burnt offerings, with calves a year old? Will God be pleased with thousands of rams, with 10,000s of rivers of oil? Shall I give my firstborn for my transgression, the fruit of my body for the sin of my soul? God has told you, O mortal, what is good. And what does the Eternal One require of you, but to do justice, and to love kindness, and to walk humbly with your God? Hear what the Spirit is saying to God's people. Thanks be to God. Who will stand on the solid rock of God? God of refuge, who will find shelter in your sanctuary? Who will make a home with you? Those who act with integrity, try to do the right thing, and speak truthfully. Who will stand on the solid rock of God? Those who do not gossip, nor treat their friends badly, nor drag their neighbors through the mud. Those who look with contempt upon the corrupt, and cherish those who stand in awe of God. Who will stand on the solid rock of God? Those who keep their promises, no matter what the cost, and lend money without taking advantage of the borrower. Those who don't accept bribes in exchange for false testimony. Everyone who does these things stands on the solid rock of God. Who will stand on the solid rock of God? Our second lesson is from 1 Corinthians. For the message about the cross is foolishness to those who are perishing, but to us who are being saved it is the power of God. For it is written, I will destroy the wisdom of the wise, and the discernment of the discerning I will thwart. Where is the one who is wise? Where is the scholar? Where is the debater of this age? Has not God made foolish the wisdom of the world? For since in the wisdom of God, the world did not know God through wisdom, God decided, through the foolishness of the proclamation, to save those who believe. For Jews ask for signs and Greeks desire wisdom, but we proclaim Christ crucified, a stumbling block to the Jews and foolishness to the Gentiles. But to those who are the called, both Jews and Greeks, Christ is the power and wisdom of God. For God's foolishness is wiser than human wisdom, and God's weakness is stronger than human strength. Consider your own call, beloved. Not many of you were wise by human standards. Not many were powerful. Not many were of noble birth. But God chose what is foolish in the world to shame the wise. God chose what is weak in the world to shame the strong. God chose what is low and despised in the world, things that are not, to abolish things that are, so that no one may boast in the presence of God. Hear what the Spirit is saying to God's people. Thanks be to God. The Holy Gospel according to Matthew. When Creator sets free, Jesus, saw this great crowd, he went back up into the mountainside and sat down to teach the people. His followers came to him from there, so he took a deep breath, opened his mouth, and began to share his wisdom with them and teach them how to see Creator's good road. Creator's blessings rests on the poor, the ones with broken spirits. The good road from above is theirs to walk. Creator's blessing rests on the ones who walk a trail of tears. Creator will wipe the tears from their eyes and comfort them. Creator's blessing rests on the ones who walk softly and in a humble manner. The earth, land, and sky will welcome them and always be their home. Creator's blessing rests on the ones who are merciful and kind to others. Their kindness will find its way back to them, full circle. Creator's blessing rests on the pure of heart. They are the ones who will see the Great Spirit. Creator's blessing rests on the ones who make peace. It will be said of them, they are children of the Great Spirit. Creator's blessing rests on the ones who are hunted down and mistreated for doing what is right, for they are walking the good road from above. Others will lie about you, speak against you, and look down on you with scorn and contempt, all because you walk the road with me. This is a sign that Creator's blessing is resting in you. So let your hearts be glad and jump for joy, for you will be honored in the spirit world above. You are like the prophets of old, who were treated in the same way by your ancestors. The Gospel of our Lord. Praise to you, O Christ.